Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about stuff I've made, and within that collection is socks. Knit socks, that's really all I'm talking about, hand knit socks. So in lieu of welcome music, it is time to welcome dance. So there's that. This top I made, it is a smooth sailing blouse by the Wearing History Patterns. It's in a really ditzy floral print that I got from Spotlight. It's a quilting cotton, so it's a bit stiff. And I also whacked in giant shoulder pads as well because I thought my natural shoulders just ain't enough. I need more shoulder. That's what this is. It's cute. It's a great pattern. Smooth sailing blouse. If you haven't, get into it. So, my socks. I have been like so into sock knitting. I always have socks on the go. I usually have a pair of bag socks, which is a set of socks that just lives in my handbag that I can whip out whenever I need to. But I thought I'd take you through what I have already made. The first pair of real socks for myself that I made were the Vapour socks by Helen Stewart. They are a front only lace pattern, a plain back, and it's got like this sort of beautiful like wandering vine lace. I love them. But I knit these because the first time around I just had leftover 4-ply and I used that. So as a result, these are sort of nighttime socks only because they just stretch out so much, and I think I'm going to burn through the heels pretty soon as well. So I do want to make these again. I really enjoy a lace front sock where the front I have to concentrate, and then on the back stitches I can just smash it out. I really enjoy that, and I like wearing them like that as well. So yeah, Vapour socks by Helen Stewart. I super duper recommend. They are an absolute treat. The next socks, I stayed on the Helen Stewart and I knit the Cliffwalk socks. They are an all-around lace on the front and on the back. There's the front and on the back, a bit of plain foot. These are beautiful. Like, I would knit these again actually. I knit them in a Regia 4-ply that I got from Morris & Sons in Sydney City. Delicious yarn to knit with. But for some reason, these socks make my feet so cold. Like, I thought they would be sort of toasty warm. I don't know if it's because of all the ventilation that's inherent in a pair of lace socks. Is it that? I mean, they're just a stunning sock, aren't they? Really. And this yarn, this Regia yarn, feels so robust. It's almost scratchy, really, you could say. Yeah, but I would knit these again. They're a beautiful sock, but a cold foot sock. And I have a toasty amount left over for some sort of mystery sock in the future. Always good. After that, I knit the Bubblegum socks by Reedy. They are a very simple sock, mostly plain, but they've got a little row of bobbles. I mean, how cute. They're so cute. I can't remember if it comes with the partridge heel or if I just did that. Maybe I gave up near the bottom of the heel because it doesn't look like super consistent partridge heel. Oops. These are really cute. I have worn them a couple of times. This is with the Lange yarns. Jawohl! Very good. And I totally forgot to use the nylon reinforcement thread in the heel. Totally forgot. I thought to myself, the next time I make a pair of pink socks, I will use that reinforcement thread in those pink socks. Stay tuned, because I didn't do it. I forgot in the next pair of pink socks too. So yeah, these are really simple. These keep my feet warm, which is what I need now because we're heading into summer. It's going to be like 30 degrees today, Celsius. These are great. So simple, really fast, one round of bobbles. And there were tiny, maybe 3 or 5 stitch bobbles as well. Yeah, I do recommend. I had a lot of fun knitting these socks. And there's leftovers for a magic future sock something. After that, I wanted to try like a ribbed sock to see if I could tidy up the sizes a little bit. So this is actually, I think, 60 stitches cast on instead of 64. And mate, did those 4 stitches make a difference. This is the A Nice Ribbed Sock pattern by Glenna C. It is a 3 or 4 wide rib pattern with a purl in the middle. And then for the foot of the sock, it goes to, you know, just a rib over the top and plain underneath. I'd like to take credit for all this sort of colour work, but I can't. It is the self-striping West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply, perfect for socks. 75% wool, 25% nylon. In the colourway Mallard. There you go. Which is a sort of duck, which I learned from The Office. Thank you very much, Dwight and Jim, for that whole sort of discussion about ducks and mallards. This yarn is great. I had such a fantastic time working with it, and it knits up into a really lovely sock. It's toasty warm. It feels really robust. It's top notch. Get into it. The next sock that I knit, I told you I went like hard into socks, like so hard, is the Love Struck Heart sock by Terri Knight. This I actually knit during the producers while we were doing sort of boring singing that I didn't have anything to do with because I was doing the choreography. It's got love hearts up the front and down the back. It's so twee. I wanted something really like girly and romantic and yeah, girly and romantic. That's really what I was looking for in these. These were a lot of fun. The lace pattern was really simple. Once you sort of feel how it goes together, it's very quick. And this yarn is more signature 4-ply. I've got a toasty amount left over. These are the pink socks where I thought to myself, yeah, I can use the leftover, or the not the leftover, but just the unused nylon heel reinforcement. And then the socks were finished, and then I thought, damn it, I forgot to try that. I forgot to use that. I forgot to do it entirely. Anyway, that's those. Sort of cute, love heart, twee, girly. They were fun. Standard slip stitch heel. I've worn it a few times. You can, yeah, you can tell. You can see. Good set of socks. Next up is the Winter's Frost sock. These are a left sock, right sock, and there's a little lace panel that runs down the outside of the foot. Partridge heel. You can tell, again, I've worn these. They're a bit fuzzy. In the most beautiful sock yarn from Louie and Lola. This is Olive Grove. And it was a set that was sort of dyed based on the colours of Tasmania. And they're like, wearing these socks brings me so much joy. I love the sort of speckled but more like dappled yarn. They're just a treat. Oh, I should say for all of these actually, I do a wedge toe, which really suits my weird feet. I know they look a bit bonkers here, but they fit my weird feet, and also they don't shift or slide or rotate inside my shoe when I wear handmade socks. So that's good, because that's annoying. But yeah, Winter's Frost by This Handmade Life. Really lovely. And this fabric is so soft and drapey. You know, like these Cliff Walk socks are like crunchy and stiff, but these are soft and drapey, and it's like wearing a soft, supportive hug, where these socks are like, you got this, you can do it, get out there. Yeah, I think you're doing a really good job. You know, just take a breath, hustle, get it done. Yeah, that's the difference between those two yarns. The next pair are my first pair of inverse socks, and my first pair where I did some colour work. They're so fun! This is the On the Fence sock by Anna Lange. This is the first one that I made, and man, did this really stagnate. This was, I think I knit probably up to about here. And then after the colour work was done, actually, these became my bag socks. And God, I really ran out of steam. And then something happened, I can't even remember. I was like, I'm going to finish those socks. They're going to be finished. I'm going to finish those. Then I did an Instagram poll about should I do inverse, and then, you know, or should I have them matching? And I just think inverse was too fun. You know, life's too short to wear matching hand knit socks. That's niche. That is a niche phrase. But they're great. Really soft. This yarn was a bit annoying to use, actually. It's the Coop Knits. Yeah, socks. Coop, yeah, socks, knit. Knit, Coop, socks, yeah, knit. Something like that. It feels kind of thin when you're working with it, and then in the actual sock, it's quite nice. It's not as luscious as the Louie and Lola, so not up to here, but certainly not as sort of rustic feeling as the Regia 4-ply. So yeah, On the Fence. Now, this next pair, I knit with another Louie and Lola yarn, Russet. It is a delicious colour. If I could live in this colour, I would. It's just warm and toasty and spicy and like autumn, but still bright and fresh. It's just top notch. And I knit my own pattern. I called these the Wandering Path socks because I think the lace sort of wanders up the foot. I did a standard slip stitch heel, and I tried the barn toe, which is a slightly different shape of toe. Oh, that's got a barn toe as well. Here we go. So in a wedge, there's, you know, like 8 or 10 stitches across here that you Kitchener together. But in a barn toe, it comes down to like 4 stitches that you sort of scoop together in a circle. This toe, for me, like rotates itself around my foot when I wear them. Not even in a shoe or without a shoe, just whenever my foot goes in a sock. It's like I need a much stronger sense of horizontal alignment in a sock. So I tried it. When I wrote out the pattern, I wrote it with this barn toe. But if I make these again, I will change to a wedge, because I just like my socks to stay on my feet. Look, call me old-fashioned, you know, but that's what I want. in my life. So yeah, Wandering Path socks, pattern by me. I haven't released the pattern. I might not. It's just the, lace down the front, plain down the back. I don't know if I've worn these yet. I don't think I have, actually. That heel looks in very good condition. But we are coming into summer, so the time for knit socks is probably past, really. The last set of socks that I have is just finished are the Vintage Fairy Lights by Helen Stewart. This, I was really heavily influenced by the sample yarn and pattern that she has on Ravelry. And I used this Fiori sock. Again, this is so smooth. It is like a cloud. I haven't worn these yet. But what I did do, that sock's the first sock, is I added some beads. So in the second row of bobbles down, there are some beads. Just a little something, something. And also in the alternating column here, there's some beads. So I figured if they're vintage fairy lights, there should be some fairy lights in there. These little bubbles are good, but they eat the beads. But now I know. It's a lesson. I learned that. I knit these, I can't remember. Was I in Mount Gambier when I knit some of these? I know that I took them to Mount Gambier, but I had been working on these for quite a long time. So I've got the little sort of bobbly pattern up the top, and then it breaks into a wide rib. And then same on the back, and then just a plain toe. I actually started doing these, the first sock I did with the all the way together barn toe, and then I just thought, no, I hate that. So I actually unpicked the entire toe of one of the socks and re-knit it as a wedge. And then the second sock that I did, I already had decided that I was moving. I was going to do it as a wedge. So I haven't worn these yet, as I said, but they're so lovely. I've also learned that my sweet spot for top of heel flap to cast on edge, because I work top down, is 7 inches. 6 is a little bit too short. 7 is bang on for me. So that's them. And I've got a bit of that yarn left over. Again, I like that it's not self-striping. It's definitely speckled. So maybe it could pair with that. In here somewhere is a nice collection of colours that I can use to make maybe a sprocket sock or something with a mosaic knitting rather than an actual colourwork knitting. But there's something in there. So anyway, that is my hand knit sock collection. There are probably too many socks in here, if I'm honest, for someone who lives in Sydney, Australia. But they're just so pretty and they're so easy to knit, and they're a nice quick project, and you can use beautiful yarns that you would never wear as a top. Even this, I don't think I would wear that colour. Kind of washes me out a bit. I wouldn't wear such a soft pink. But this kind of sock with this kind of top just flashing out of the trousers. I love that. I love that. I love that. So yeah, do you knit socks? Do you go mad for socks? Do you knit bonkers socks, or do you knit practical socks? I just like socks. Sock knitting is great fun. And it's pretty. Look at them. So much time and effort for things that go on your feet. If that's not indulgent, I don't know what is. Feel free to stick around here. If you like, I will talk about vintage knitting things and vintage sewing things. I'm on Instagram as miss_m_vintage. I am on Ravelry as Showgirl Boring. You can find all of my tedious notes and details on my Ravelry pages for these socks. I do put all of that there. And that's it for today. I hope your sock knitting goes really well. I hope your heel flap makes a lot of sense. I hope that you use a good stretchy cast on method. And I hope that you use the right toe for your feet. Outro dance.